Hey everyone, Jeff here from Films at Home, and today I'm going to give you 5 must-have apps to download on your phone if you're a movie collector. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel today for this video. This gets asked a lot in a few different ways about what are some of the essential apps that you should have as a collector, whether it's tracking your collection, doing research on movies, tracking movies, figuring out what's a good price on movies or where to buy movies. So I've got 5 different apps that as a collector I think you need to have on your phone, and they should all be available on Android or iPhone no matter what kind of device you have. So the first app, and this may be a pretty obvious one, but I'm going to explain how to use it in a way that's more useful for you as a collector, and that is the eBay app. Now, eBay is still the #1 online marketplace for new and especially used goods, and I think that you could say the same for movies. There are tons of Blu-rays and 4Ks and DVDs, VHS, Laserdisc. No matter what you collect as a movie collector, stuff is going to be on eBay. Now, one of the ways that I use eBay is to help make sure that I am actually getting a good deal on used Blu-rays, 4Ks, out-of-print titles from different online sellers or at thrift stores or at stores like Bull Moose that I head to. I want to make sure that what I'm paying is even close. And I don't mind paying Bull Moose a few extra dollars, but I want to make sure, something that they're selling for $45 isn't widely available on eBay for $10. That's just being a smart collector and budgeting. But what most people do is they'll search it in the eBay search bar and go through all of the listings, right? And you'll see people, oh man, they're selling that for $100, $150. That's not where you want to look. Where you want to look is you want to get into the filters and you want to get down to the sold listings. I use this all the time. I collect sports cards. I use it for that. I collect all sorts of autograph memorabilia. I use it for that. It gives you that market price. What are things actually going for? What are people actually paying for this item? Because it trends up and down over time and you can see that. So you go to sold listings, look at completed listings, and then do that search. And then you'll see what people actually paid. So yes, some of these movies may have been listed for $60, $70, $80 for a 4K steelbook. But in reality, the last 5 auctions have all sold for between $10 to $15. That gives you an idea of what these things are actually worth, and it tells you whether you're overpaying or not at a thrift store or at a used store. It also tells you whether or not you're overpaying on eBay itself or on Amazon or other selling apps. So it's a really, really useful tool for that research because there's no other marketplace of that size that has that much data where you can filter down by sold listings and see what people actually paid for these things. And speaking of used items and getting a really good deal on them, I have to mention today's video sponsor, who is Plug Better Tech. They're actually a really cool store that sells used, primarily Mac products, iPhones, MacBooks, iMacs, AirPods, Apple Watches. And I was kind of skeptical about them, to be honest, and I reached out and I bought a few things. I got an Apple Watch, I got a MacBook Pro, and total what it costs, this Apple Watch was 40% of the price of it new, and battery health always above 80%, which was really cool. They have really nice refurbished used trade-in items. And yeah, the MacBook was 4 or 5 years old, but our other MacBook was 10 years old and was still working. So, I got a really good deal on a MacBook Pro, an Apple Watch. I also picked up some noise canceling headphones from them from JBL. They're 100% legit. I bought the stuff. It showed up 2 days later. Not an issue at all. And so I'm really thankful for their sponsorship, especially because I had an Apple Watch Series 1, which was not working anymore, and they got me to a Series 8, which is super cool. Happy to have my Apple Watch back. So check them out, Plug Better Tech. I'll link them down in the description. So thanks for their sponsorship of this video. So now the second app that you definitely got to have as a movie collector is IMDb. And of course, it's the Internet Movie Database. You want to have that to look up movies. And while you're watching movies, I'm constantly looking up, wait, who is that person? Wait, are they that guy from that movie? Is that the girl from this? You're always looking those things up. But the sneaky way that I use it, maybe not so sneaky, but the smart way to use it is to look up technical specs for movies. There's been a lot of talk, and there's been less recently, but there was always a lot of talk about, is this a 2K upscale or a true 4K? Was this movie shot on 35 millimeter, or what kind of film was it shot on? These things can help you make decisions on which movies to buy on 4K. If it's a true 4K, you may want to buy that one over an upscaled 4K that you could get on Blu-ray. So if you go to IMDb and you search a movie and then you go down to the technical specs, it will, for most movies, tell you even down to the cameras that the movie was shot on, but it'll also tell you what the digital intermediate was or what the source was. So 35 millimeter, 16 millimeter, is it a 4K digital intermediate? Is it a 2K digital intermediate that they upscaled to 4K for the disc? It'll tell you if a 4K remaster have been done recently. It's a really great app to dive into those movies' technical details so that you can fully understand what you're actually buying when you buy a disc and whether or not it's going to be worth upgrading. Of course, my reviews can help you do that, but I'll tell you what, that's the main source of most of my technical information, is heading over there to IMDb, because they have it for every movie you could think of, and they're a really good source for that. Not to mention all you can find on movies and actors and actresses and directors and other things that will help you just learn more about movies. Now, the third app on my list, this is an absolute must-have for any collectors of DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K physical media, and that is the My Movies app by Bluray.com. Now, Bluray.com, am I the biggest fan in the world? No. I don't love the forums. I think it's a very toxic, negative place for collectors. It can be a great place, and I was a frequent user of it for many years, and I learned a lot. But more often than not, especially when you have a following like mine, the trolls come out of the woodwork. So I stay away from the forums, but their website has probably the best database of Blu-ray, 4K, and DVD releases. And nobody else can really match that on their apps. And their app, if you download it, it's very easy. You can enter movies by title, you can get from all different countries, you can scan barcodes, and it will pretty much have every release of every movie out there, which you can then add to your collection, which is helpful when your collection gets big to make sure you don't buy movies twice. So if you've got a 4K steelbook of something that was from France, Bluray.com's app will have that. A lot of other apps won't. Go find it, add it to your collection. Next time you look for that movie, you'll know, oh, yeah, I bought that 4K release. If you have a movie on DVD or Blu-ray, you can check to make sure, have I upgraded that one yet? I can't remember. Did I buy that 4K? Did I buy that Blu-ray? It is just simply put, I've tried many apps. It's the best app. It's the best thing about Bluray.com, in my opinion, is that app, and nobody does as great a job for collectors when it comes to tracking your collection and then being able to sort by genres, by runtime. I'm constantly going through my collection and sorting by runtime, looking for stuff that's under 2 hours, you know, a night after the kids have gone to bed late. We only have 90 minutes. Okay, let me find every movie in my collection that's under 90 minutes long, and we can pop those in. So it's a great tool for sorting your collection, all digitally, all on the go. It's all on your phone. You also can track it on Bluray.com with your collector profile over there, but it's a great app that everybody needs to own as a collector. Now, the fourth app you guys should check out as collectors is a fairly new app. It's a couple years old. I'm very active on there, so I, of course, would love for you guys to join me, but it's also a great place to engage with the community here of collectors on an even larger scale, plus buy some stuff at really great deals, and that's Whatnot. Now, I've been a seller on Whatnot for about a year now. I've sold hundreds of things from my collection, things that I've upgraded. I've sold t-shirts that don't fit me anymore. I've sold Funko Pops. I've sold all kinds of like movie memorabilia that I was just paring down my collection. Like, you can sell anything on there. I've bought tons of stuff, trading cards, sports cards, Pokemon cards, nostalgic stuff for me. I bought clothes on there. There's so much you can do. It's a live stream shopping app. So basically, when I run a sale, I go live on my phone. I'm live for like an hour, hour and a half, and I'm selling things, and the auctions are like 30 seconds to a minute long, so you don't have to wait days for an eBay auction. You get in, and I list something, like I listed the Manchurian Candidate Criterion because I upgraded to 4K. Sold that on Whatnot within 30 seconds, went straight out to some collector. They handle all the shipping. It's all media mail shipping, so it's cheap, it's easy, it's just simply put, the easiest way that I've ever found to buy and sell things for my collection. And I love eBay and Mercari and Facebook Marketplace, and all that's cool. Nothing does it for me like Whatnot does. Plus, you get to live stream with the community. So if you guys want to check that out, I live stream all the time, and you can get a direct link to my profile so you can follow me over there. We already got like 2,000 followers, but find the link in the description or scan the little QR code here on your screen if you're on a TV, and it'll bring you right to Whatnot. Plus, you get a $15 free credit no strings attached. You just get $15 off your first order of any amount, goes into your account. So you could essentially buy a lot of Blu-rays on this app, sell for $2 or $3 with shipping $3. You get yourself 3 or 4 Blu-rays for completely free, courtesy of me, with the credit by using my link and going and following my account. So go use it. Literally hundreds of you guys already have. It's been so cool to have another community over there when I go live and I stream and do some, selling. So thank you all who've come over, and if you haven't yet, check it out. Again, link will be in the description, and you can scan this QR code here if you're on your TV. Pop your phone camera out, scan that. It'll bring you right to Whatnot. Give me a follow, and you'll get that free credit. So I'm giving away free movies essentially. So use it, and I'll see you guys over there. It's a really fun app that I think you'll get a lot out of. And finally, the last app on this list that I recently added to my arsenal of apps and I think is really fun is Letterboxd. I don't think there's a better way out there, and I've tried this, to track what you've been watching or build wish lists of things you want to watch or find blind spots in your watch history. IMDb can be good at that too, but Letterboxd has the community aspect. And if you don't know it, it's basically this big database of movies and movie reviewers. And you have a profile, and people track what they watch, they rate the movie, they can write a review, a quick little short review, and it has information on all the different movies. It's got the actors and actresses and everything like that, like IMDb does. It doesn't have so many of the technical specs, but it has the community aspect. And I recently started over there. Bunch of followers already when I announced it. So many of you guys had asked me to start a Letterboxd account. So I have one now. I would love to meet up with you guys over on Letterboxd, interact with your reviews, interact with what I'm watching. I've been trying to use it as much as I can. Yeah, sometimes I forget to log stuff, but I do have lots of reviews over there, and it's going to be really fun to interact with more of you guys, build some lists, have some fun on the app. And really, if you're a movie collector, it's helpful to sort of track what you've watched. You'll be amazed at how many you watch in a year, I think. And they give you breakdowns of like, you watch this many this month, this many this year. It's really fun to go back and be like, when did I first watch that movie? Oh, 2021. And I've seen it 6 times, since. It's a really fun app. I regret not having joined it sooner, and I've had a lot of good times on there. So if you guys want to join me, again, my link will be down in the description. That not sponsored or anything. You won't get anything, but if you want to come follow me and interact, I'll give you that link in the description. You can find me on Letterboxd, but it's a really great place to get in touch. And I want to see your reviews. You see my reviews. It's a really just cool another layer to the community. So those are the 5 apps I think you've got to have as a collector for buying, selling, researching, building your collection, for understanding technical specs of movies, for organizing and sorting your collection, filtering through your collection in a digital library. There's a ton of great uses for all 5 of these apps. So just make sure you have them all. I tried to give you demos quickly on like how to use each one, how they work. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I've been using all of these for years, so I'm happy to help. But I hope this was helpful for you guys, and hope it gives you a little bit of a starting point for like the first few things you should get as a collector, or even if you're an experienced collector, a couple of things you may be missing out on that will really, really help you track and understand what you're buying, what the pricing is, whether you should upgrade or not. These are all great resources. And of course, download the YouTube app and subscribe here too. But those 5 apps are really great for collectors, and I recommend them all very highly. So links to all that stuff will be in the description. Go check them out. You can download them on your phone. And like I said, if you want to join me over on Whatnot, you can scan this little QR code here on the screen. You take out your phone and scan it, or if you're already on your phone, you can just go down in the description or in the pinned comment. There'll be a link. But find me over there. It's another great place I like to live stream. And check out Letterboxd. Find me there. Check out eBay for sure. You need IMDb. And that My Movies app from Bluray.com is just fantastic. So go grab them all. All the links will be available to you guys. If you can't find them or you have any trouble, just let me know. Thanks once again to Plug Better Tech for sponsoring this video. I greatly appreciate them. And as always, make sure you're subscribed here to the channel so you never miss a video like this one, so other collectors will see it. And let me know if you guys have these apps or if there's any others you'd recommend down in the comments. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll talk to you guys soon.